A long while ago, I was in the west coast of the United States, and there was a big store, department store, closing down. There was a big sign, everything must go. And I was at the entrance. I was behind the elderly couple, and when we entered, the first thing on the right side there was a box, and it was written on the side of the box, 70% off. So the wife immediately stormed to the box, and she looked at the things, and she said, "Look," whatever his name was, her husband, 70% off. And the husband, just with a straight face, just looked at her and said, "Do we need it?" So she just dropped whatever was in the box, went back, took his arm, and then went inside of the store. So this is an interesting story. Also reminded me of the story of the great philosopher Socrates, who, according to the legends, once he went to the Athenian market, and he looked at the Athenian markets with all these stands and booths and all these kind of things for sale, and he looked at it and he said, "So many things that I do not need. This place is full of things that I do not need." So this is another interesting thing. For the third thing is that Jimmy Carter, the former president of the United States in 1970s, has famously said during the energy crisis, at that time was the energy crisis, that the real crisis is actually a crisis in the human mentality. Human mentality where everybody wants to possess as many things as possible. And he said this mentality creates a culture which one is valued, or the life is valued, not by what one does, but by what one owns. So there's an interesting concept. And then the Carter former president, concluded that by accumulating and amassing all these kind of unnecessary things and possessing them, our need for actually to search for meaning or longing for meaning is buried. Thought these three are very interesting points, that accumulation of things does not help one, particularly in spiritual life. The Vedas, the Vedic literature, ancient Indian scriptures do not support this unnecessary accumulation. According to our previous karma, we get somebody is born rich, somebody is born middle class, somebody is born poor. So this is all, you can say, accidental. Why or how is somebody, what kind of external circumstances one lives. But one should not pursue in accumulating unnecessary or accumulate more than necessary, because this will not help one in spiritual life. This will lead only to more attachment to these things. So therefore, yes, we live our lives normally. We don't, we don't put ash on our bread. We eat nicely, comfortably. We live our comfortable life. But at the same time, we do not unnecessarily accumulate more. So this is in Sanskrit called atyahara. So we are actually using what we have, and the rest of our time we pursue our spiritual life.